Hello beautiful people, welcome back. It's underscore back again to the roots. Today, you know guys, due to unconditional circumstances that has happened, and we have been put in consideration here. Hey, today I'm gonna be just you know, YouTube is like the government. So the YouTube in the government you are now gives you the law of that country you are. Here in Kenya, guys, you have to just make a know that you have a way of expressing yourself. So today, guys, you remember just yesterday we had a live stream of Maro, and he talked about much of the things that had happened. Whoa! Hey, guys, I was just, is it Maro that I know was speaking this way? I was Jesus, my Lord. So everything gonna be very fantastic, guys, as we are continuing with this conversation of today. And I'm just bringing this vibe today one-on-one from my farm here, which is the banana plantation. You can even see the bananas behind me here. So everything is very fantastic from wherever you are. And all the remaining subscribers I have right now, because they went like a Cherokee, they went like a safari rally. Thank you very much for the people commenting that you always be there and watching the videos that I will be coming out from every section. I will be just going, but it was unconditional circumstances that you know, sometimes we have to bear with the circumstances, because iammarwa had talked about much of the things, and I'm clarifying me too, because he talked about, he has clarified everything, and everything now is very straight. So for me, I have to clarify it to the real point, the way it was, just because I listened to everything that Maro was speaking, and I was writing it. Look at this, I was writing. So all of these are the allegations of me. So these ones here are now I'm in the court, so I have to defend myself, guys, because even a person who is guilty has a way of expressing him or herself, so as even the law can understand what was happening. Because even me now, I am now my own lawyer. I don't have a lawyer, so I have to defend on myself, because things might be understood very badly outside here, as the allegations were saying, and you heard about we are going to be sentenced, you know. So we have to be very, very careful, and I have to be a lawyer, so I have to discuss my loyalty here. So guys, the first point it was talking about was eating in my home. Every meal, breakfast, lunch, supper. Jesus. So, but now if I was eating there, so it means that he talked about he was not cooking. So who was cooking that food? Guys, much of the time I was the one who was cooking at iammarwa, and everyone who was there, like Kitiriba, Gake, the ladies who were there, manager, even you saw manager, every time he was seated, So who was performing it? Even you ever saw at the videos, and I was ever performing the cooking methods and bringing you the vibe from there. Hey guys, so talking about I was eating. So if I cook, can I eat or will not I eat, guys? So you can never even understand that one. So it's a point that it was pointless to point to people that you are eating breakfast, eating supper, eating lunch, and everything like that. So it means that I stayed there. I was, hey, you know, guys, sometimes you have to understand these things. And sometimes if you want to get an allegation out, try to fixture which kind of allegations you are just putting out. Like eating. Eating is not a problem, because I was working there. So, and I was the person who was cooking always. So I have to. You cannot cook and talk about now I've cooked and you serve them, then you get away that you will not eat. You first, everything starts with you. You have to start with yourself before others come, because you are the chief chef. You have to test if the salt if the ingredients are fixed in, if everything is making sense unto that cook, so as we can now serve it outside. And even more proudly, Maro is a famous person. Whatever he eats, it has to be tested with the young dogs he talked about, like us, the way we are there. So as we can test it, if we die, we die, because we are the ones who cooked it. He never being grateful unto that, because he was never cooking, and we were the ones taking that responsibility unto his home, and also even the visitors. Let me talk about this. Do you know that even there's hiring, catering, so as they can cook for your visitors who are coming, or anyone who is there, they can be paid. So ask iammarwa, has he ever paid me because I cooked there? You know, sometimes you have to use some sense sometimes, because it talks about you are eating. I had to cook and eat because there's no salary coming outside. So is that a point to allegate outside here? So, and to that point now I'm talking about, I'm putting my allegations that some of the things that are being performed there, it's not much of interest unto that. So I have to defend myself very quickly, because things got to be very worse, because subscribers are living like are living like Safari Rally. So I have to defend myself very quickly as things got worse, because sometimes, you know, for the people who are just always there watching the video, thank you very much you being there. And the second point, let's go to the second point. So I'm the lawyer who is making sure that everything is good. Emptying the fish ponds. Let me talk about this, guys. You know, iammarwa talks about I was emptying the fish pond so as I can make a content, and even the eggs are there. I'm just delivering them to the river, maybe something like that. What he doesn't know is just one. Maro is a dwarf in terms of fish farming. Even the Maro engineer talked about that one. He never even associated himself with the fish, because he was the engineer to construct, and I was the one to monitor what is to be constructed. So whatever we are just talking here is the fish. What Maro doesn't know is that the fish that I brought there, which were tilapia fish, it was from my farm. So for him talking about I was depending on him doing this, I had to sell for him the fish, and he wanted the big one, and I was the only person who was around him, so as I can sell for him the fish. You can just remember. And talking about maybe things gonna be cornering. During that time, guys, let me tell you the fact. It's now out. Now this is the fact, because I was the one who is operating the fish pond very well. So the fish pond has had one of the characters that could bring the negative impact, like this. That fish pond, we had an outer range that was to be stocked with turtles, if you can just remember, an outer ridge, which is called a spring source where water is coming from. Then we had the big pond, which is the flying beam fish pond, and to this segment. So water was coming from the other source to from the spring source. It was a little bit like a pool, like a pond pool. Then it was coming inside the big pool now. So during that time, we had much of, whenever we have sunlight lighting on the water, and also we shall have phytoplanktons, photosynthesis, and something like that. So we shall have algae concentration coming to take over the game and to the fish pond. So, and to that position, let me tell you this way. Maro, I asked him, we put filtration, and also we put, it's called oxygen pump, which will be pumping water and inducing oxygen, making sure that oxygen concentration onto the water level is with the standard, and it's of a good quality, so as we shall have no much of the algae concentration and something like that. So that water, whenever it stayed there for more than 1 week, my friend, I'm telling you, 1 week, whoever is listening for this, that water will turn greenish, that it will be something that is called, if you have much of the green content onto your fish pond, it means that those are the phytoplanktons, and zooplanktons have already accumulated onto the fish pond. So it means that that water is enriched with the nutrients which are relevant for the growth of algae, and during the night time, those kind of the phytoplanktons and the zooplanktons inside there all consume oxygen, and also the fish consume oxygen. So whenever we have a high concentration of algae, it means that oxygen concentration during the night session, it will be very low, and this will end up to fish collapsing, or we shall have a poor quality fish, or we shall have a low growth rate from the fish. So that's what I mean. So whenever I was withdrawing water out, and letting the other water from the spring source, which was very clear, to come in, it means that I was trying to make the filtration of water and oxygen concentration to be vaporous, to be everywhere, so as the fish will not suffocate about that. So it doesn't have such kind of an idea, and I was the person who had an idea of how that fish pond will work. And right now it's working, yes. But what he doesn't know is just this way. Even right now, it's a sunny time. So water is reducing right now. And whenever water is reducing, it means that during the oxygen decomposition onto the water, so as it can act very good onto that pond, it is hindered via this kind of the effective like temperature. Whenever sun lights on water, it means that we shall have water being warmed, and that warmness it's just bringing what is called a low oxygen concentration onto the water. So I was trying my best, and even if I was withdrawing water, and I was making sure that I'm picking the leaves, because the trees there are shedding a lot of leaves. I'm telling you the fact. And those leaves, whenever they drop on water, and if you just hesitate not to remove them, it means that they will just sink onto the bottom level of the pond, then decompose and decay, meaning that they will remove toxic substances that will render your fish not to grow very high, and they will just bring some chaos to the fish. And also talking about whenever I open water, I was releasing eggs outside. I was doing I don't know what. Do you know, Maro doesn't know that the tilapia fish are mouth breathers. Whenever they have eggs, and they have to look for a special area, which is the male, whenever it reaches the spawning time, they go and search for a better place. They create something called burrows onto the fish pond, and they lure a female. Via their spawning time, they develop very good colors that now they will attract the female and lure them to those burrows and lay eggs. That lay eggs is called mouth breathing, because they have eggs onto their mouth. So whenever it talks about I was delivering eggs outside whenever I open water, do you think about these fish? They will just go and lay eggs anywhere. And whenever and spawning time, it takes some minutes, guys, some minutes. And if it's spawning time, because I have sense, I've worked with fish for 5 years, guys, I know the spawning time of male and female at the same time, because I know the brood stock. And you'll now know these male ones, they have developed this color, this color, this color. And this color reflects this color reflects what, and which color reflects what. I know all of them, but Maro doesn't know that. Because I was opening water to make sure that whenever he talked about him buying the pump, the oxygen pump, he talked about, I don't want anything driven with electricity in this home that is being governed onto this fish pond. What will I do? He was talking about, I want the fish pond that operates manual. Maro, be keen of what we are just talking about, because maybe you don't recall what you said. Because we proposed, even somebody proposed that you take a copper wire, insert it inside there. Did it work? It cannot work, because the people talking about the copper wire, when subjected to water, it has some ions that get oxygen, because copper wire mostly it's made with oxygen also, and to the companies. So whenever it's subjected to water, it has some ions that absorb oxygen from water. So it means that it will absorb oxygen to that place it's placed, so as no growth of algae, or it will reduce the growth of algae onto that. Did it work? Ask Maro. The copper wire is there. I left it there, and to the corner, the front corner of the gate at the start of the fish pond. It is there. Does it work that water doesn't turn into green? And you can just remember, I was withdrawing water, then letting water in, so as those fish were there as the eye impression. So as whenever somebody comes, we'll just look at the fish and say, okay, we have the ornamental fish, we have this fish. But whenever what is green, somebody will just talk, okay, we have fish there, but you never see them. And that is it. So next point, talking about filming videos. Yes, we filmed, because guys, he talked about we were not paid, and that is the fact. We were not paid, and no one was a volunteer there. I'm coming to that point, talking about we are the somebody, when we want to put things not to work very good, he has to give you bad names so as you can look bad, so as he can kill you very fast. So into this position, we can just talk about the filming of the videos here. The filming of the video, it was it talked about the live stream for the hello. Jambo Kenya. Chonjo kabisa. Niko ndani. Yeah, the father to Iamboke there. So guys, let me tell her about the filming of the videos that he was talking about, and to the live stream that whenever we went to the biggest national park, and I want him to give me that video that I went to a live stream that we were in the national park, and I was in the live stream. For you guys, never be fooled sometimes, because go to my live stream. I have only like 4 live streams I have ever done, and that's the fact. So if you go there, it was a false allegation that he wanted to give himself the point that doesn't have matters. That doesn't matter. Because you're talking about I was in the live stream. Live stream where? Whereas we were there, even my videos there. Live streams are there onto my channel. Go look at them. Most of them, I did them where... you can just remember we were removing the screeded part of the helipad at the top of the Villa Mengine. And that's where I was going live mostly, because I was working there. I was not paid there. I had to go live stream and do a video, because that work was very heavy, guys. It was very heavy. It was needing energetic. Even you can just remember how many people broke their fingers. How many people had such kind of the stuff. Look at this. Look at this. I had even these ones. Here, you can just remember, guys, even the scars are still there. Look at it. The scar is there. This one here, it is still there. Our hands, somebody cannot even greet you. You will just find, somebody to greet you will just think that your hand is like a hard. So it was very hard even somebody to greet you. Even if you go to your girlfriend, they will think about, what does this boy do? Does it deal with the mining? I don't know. It was like a mining. So that's where I was going at the live stream. And what was bad to them is where I was talking about now we are live, one-on-one live. That was the big mess they were just taking, that I'm live in the live stream, guys. So sometimes if you want to verify, tell iammarwa to verify that point that I was in the live stream, where I was we were in there at the talk about the national park of Masai Mara. I was in live stream. It was a false allegations. Doesn't even opt onto it and say that I was in the live stream, whereas other were just sometimes you have to be a German. Yeah, we know that you have just gone everywhere, India, where. Yes, you have gone there. And you have experience outside. But we have, like me, I have experience inside. I have much of the experience inside, guys. And for him talking about, I'm coming to that point. Let's go. He was talking about buying cows for the first salary. Guys, let me give you a good advice that my first salary was 30,000. Can you buy a cow 30,000? You can imagine. Talking about I was paid and I went, the first salary I went. Maro doesn't know what I'm working outside here. Let me tell him. Maybe he doesn't know. I'm a fish farmer. Number one. Sometimes I get tenders for driving. I'm a driver, a qualified driver, truck driver. Number two. Number three, I'm a good co-driver. Because that's where I got from, then I was promoted to a driver. I'm a very good co-driver. Number three. Number 4, I'm a good loader and offloader. Because that's what I started with before I went to the co-driver. Number 3, I'm a good farmer. From farming, it's from crop farming, from intensive farming, everything like that. I'm a dairy farmer. Exactly. He has to know that one. And I am a chief chef. I can serve you, I can cook for you, and I can accommodate you. Maro doesn't know that. And these small jobs like handyman, like talk about doing small tasks, I'm the best. Maybe he has just forgot because he was using us and he dumped us. That is it. That's why he was talking like he doesn't know what he's just speaking about. He used us, thrown us. So whatever you just say allegations, nothing happens. It was buying some cows. Guys, the Lelmet, I'm now talking about the Lelmet that I went to Eldoret and I met with why not Kibe. And even you can just ask Kibe that we went to even farmers and very big farming where we just got cows that are over than 250,000, 150,000, 100,000. And the Lelmet I'm talking about was worth 60,000. I bought it. And I had the other one because I bought the Lelmet at 60. Then I bought the young, which is just the red one. I bought it 30,000. For somebody talking about it was the salary from YouTube. I don't depend on YouTube always, Maro. I don't depend on YouTube always. I have other businesses to run. Maybe you saw me at your place. You are talking about I was eating breakfast, lunch. Maybe you thought that I don't have anything to do at home. I'm a biggest supplier for the Nyabohanse hospitals. I'm the biggest supplier for the greens. Number 2, I'm the biggest supplier of greens to schools. One of them is Ibania. Second, St. Anne's Merich girls. Number 3, Monya Buhanse girls. I'm supplying kales, Marwa. You know, sometimes you are having allegations thinking that maybe we are depending on one source. I'm not depending on one source. And the life you knew about me, it was 3% that you saw me cooking, using me in your hard work there. And those the ones that you know. And fish farming, that's ones you know, 3%. But the other 97%, only me and my God knows that. And he was talking about me and Mogesi. We went there and we were begging for him to open YouTube channels. Maro sometimes talk what you know. And this is what I'm talking about. Now you are becoming a liar. And I'm now suspecting that even all of them, like why not Alex? It's called Alex. Why not Alex? And we have the strong man. We have this lady called the village cook. Now African tea, she is called right now. Mogesi is there. So I'm now becoming to this point that you are now becoming a biggest liar because of these points you are just taking to people. And I'm now getting that point now where it's coming from. Because talking about we came to beg for you. Guys, you can just remember there's a day I was harvesting fish and it was in October. Was it October last year? Exactly. October last year. October, August, September to October there. I was removing fish. I was harvesting fish from my fish ponds. Then I talked about now Mayuguno came because he has heard that I have some fish. So Mayuguno came to me and told me, oh, you are bringing some fish? We are doing there some jokes, 2-3 jokes and what and what. Even Mayuguno used to come and we sit at my fish pond there, cherish, and talk about, oh, today's content, where is the content? So iammarwa is delivering some other good people so as they can corner you not to have anything to do with you. So during that time, iammarwa, he came to me while I was removing some fish, and I can remember he just lit the camera and touched it this way, and it was recording. Oh, this is the, oh, these people are just removing fish with bare hands. This is the village life, guys. I can remember that statement, and he came to me. Even that YouTube channel, you can just remember, I came to me and told me, oh, now you are harvesting. And he told me, oh, you have a good English, you can open a YouTube channel. He was even not thinking about I will just be speaking good English during that time. He was thinking maybe I am just the relevant creature thrown outside there so as he can just perform fish farming. You can never do fish farming without knowledge and skills, the observing skills. Not only that you are throwing food and seeing them how they are jumping here and there. Do you know even the sickness of a fish, Maro? Which sickness do you know about fish? And do you know how to treat even a fish? Do you know even salt, each one salt that you can even use there? So as whenever they are sick, how can you observe and see this kind of a fish is sick? Sometimes know about things you are just speaking outside here, because you came to me and told me, this is your fish pond here. I want to construct a small fish pond, not bigger than mine, but a small one that will be like a linear fish pond, and I want to use it to rear some fish because I have water. And you told me I have awarded you that job for you to construct me a fish pond. Now you are talking about I'm coming to beg you. For what? I came to beg you that we open a YouTube channel. Do you remember that the only day you gave me, it's called a shout out, was the day, even you can go to my videos and see stocking iammarwa fish pond with fish in his birthday. It was on Wednesday. Do you remember, Maro? That was the day you gave me a shout out. That was the day you gave me a shout out, and I got more than like 300. The other people maybe were just unsubscribing. Mostly, yes, they have unsubscribed, yes, but they don't know what is happening outside here, because maybe they were brought with Maro. Yes, I know that they are brought with Maro, and it's via my own option, because there were more people at iammarwa doing videos. I was doing mine. People were subscribing because they liked it, what I was just doing, what I was explaining, and that way. So you coming outside here and telling people, go and unsubscribe from that guy, whereas you are the only person who told us, do some videos here. Do videos. Do videos. Now you're talking about we were going against your law. You are indeed wrong filming videos, because now things are boiling outside here. Maro, I know it's a very hard time, because you are even thinking about you had much tension with us, and sometimes better things fall apart very quickly. There's something you don't know. You will know it very soon, because it's coming, and it's gonna be coming. You will know it very soon, because you think we are the traitors. There are things who are coming. You think maybe we are the traitors, but people are surrounding you whom you trust too. Next point. He was talking about, let me talk about this point. Walking out of trouble, no more villa life. I did that series, yes. But did you synthesize what it was meaning? Did you check the videos I was posting? Did you did you watch that content? Guys, walking out of trouble, no more villa life again. The first statement, it was mine. The second statement, it was for iammarwa. Let me explain it. Walking out of trouble, it was this way. During that time, iammarwa wall had collapsed. Yes. And also, my fish pond had collapsed. Do you remember? And I managed to get some fish out before that fish pond could break and fish disappear. And that was the time I sold my fish. And Maro is talking about I was using your fish. And even the videos are there. The last time, even I can just remember, some people were commenting that I was getting, it's called a predator net. Going to enclose your fish pond so as we can control the leaf falling from the trees. And people are commenting, no, going to use some heavy stones so as you can attach it all the sides, because there was no nail to hang it. Even Githiriba was there. We were doing that with the Githiriba and the Gaki. We were there. The following day, I went to harvest my fish. I never came to iammarwa because I had a tragedy. Then I sold my fish. I took iammarwa who were there. They filmed Pesaman, Giracha, even Tende Marwa, even Mapopo was there. Guys, they filmed that video. I was removing some fish. So I'm not talking about I was using your fish. I sold your fish. I was removing your fish. Maro, you had only 300 fish I stocked there and the ornamentals. And I had more than 4,000 fish. So you can just imagine, where will I be intended to go to your fish pond rather than mine? Get a little sense from there. And walking out of trouble, it was meaning that I had now rescued my fish from the fish pond, the collapsing fish pond, before they could, the fish pond could break. So I was talking about walking out of trouble. It was a trouble, a tragedy that I was having. And talking about normal villa life, Congrats Mom had told me, I don't want to see you here. You stole our fish. And yet the previous day I was selling my own fish. So sometimes know about that. And also, you are talking about, let me go to this point of emptying the fish pond. What iammarwa doesn't know, does he knows that Congrats Mom was the person who told me that, can you teach me how to give these fish food? And they asked me, do they eat maize? So what if I could be a fool to tell Congrats Mom what they eat? So as I rub myself, I get out from that job. You give some people your secret, then you go where? You go where? I told her, she told me, do they eat maize? I told her, yes, they eat maize. Yes, they eat maize. If that was the point you wanted. Then that day I went to Kirinyaga to bring the other fish. You can just remember. So she took that advantage, and I never told you this way because it's gonna be hurting you, because your mother was the one who fed the fish with the maize. And ammonia attack that I just removed, ammonia attack, was from your mother's intention, and she didn't know what it means with fish. And into that point, Maro, sometimes you think maybe you are the best guy into this fish farming, because now I've left it there, and now you have seen they are now big enough. They are big, yeah, they are big. By now they are big, I know that. Yet what you doesn't know is, if I could be a bad person, I could not tell you the companies we buy food from. But the only thing is, if I could be a bad person, you know, killing a fish or killing the entire fish onto the pond, it's just one drop. I will not tell you the chemical because of the security purposes. It's just one drop. If I could be intentional of killing everything, you know, Maro, sometimes think before you just leap sometimes. So Maro was talking about the payment of the workers. Tell him to get the receipts that he paid us. Even if it's not the receipt, tell him to show us, because the CCTVs are there. He cannot pay you outside of his home. The CCTVs are there. They get that report that he gave us money. I can just remember the last time he was talking about, he left to Nairobi before they were robbed in Nairobi. He was talking about on 21st, which was on Sunday, I hope so, I will be sending you money through Githiriba. Did you send money? That was the time you chased us from your compound. sometimes, Maro, whenever you want to talk to people outside here, whatever, if they are your supporters, yes, they are your supporters always, they hear what from you. And if you want to get more of these things, because I will never sell the land that is there because of maybe you, and I have fish ponds there. I'll always be your person who is near you, and I'll be there always. And making the matter worse, I'm going to purchase a plot which is just at the top side. The plot of my brother, I'm going to purchase it. I'll be your next visitor. You have to pass even through me as you go to the other positions, because I'm just beside you at the river. Exactly. So that point is making one point that I'll always be there. Not that I'll not happen to see you, maybe coming to your villa, maybe doing this, maybe doing this. I know these things have been incited. Always they've been incited. And even you talking about me selling fish, it is the most thing that is even worse than everything. Me selling 300 fish from you. 300 fish is even, it's 2 basins. Only 2 basins. And I had 4,000 fish. Why couldn't I sell the fish I had? Thank you very much, guys, for you watching the video, because I've put this thing in consideration. So as I was defending myself, this was a law, and we were in a judgment. So I had to make sure that I'm putting myself not much intentionally into this, but now everything is very secure. Everyone knows the part to run to and the part not to run to. To everyone who is supporting me always, and we have watched unto this position, subscribe, like, share. We keep together one-on-one live. It's coming now more lit and more diverse and different content. These things of running with other people outside here and talking, hey, guys, let it be the end. And I'll never go back to talk about iammarwa. Maybe I'm sorry about that. I used your photos and something like that. So everything gonna be very fantastic. Thank you very much for you watching the video. Always coming through from every section, from Nyaboanse shenanigans. Keep it in touch, keep it locked. Boom, boom, boom.